Seems everything we've ever known's here. Why can't let it drift away and die? Yeah. I was in the land of my people this weekend. No better way to know how crazy you just may be without seeing the people you grew up around and knowing how they'll turn on you in an instant if you don't give them what they want. It's my Axl Rose impression, but it means nothing. It speaks about a river and such. We were at a river. We were trying to be peaceful. There were 6 of us. We were a family. And we know how to take care of each other. Sometimes you get surprised. Went down to the creek. Little place where you can sit in a bowl, a tub, and everything's okay. And we had our chairs. And I had my beer. And I had my cigarette. And we had our family. And we were just there, being on a hot day in northern Michigan, in the land of my people. I'm down in the tub by the culvert, digging at a rock. It's a big-ass rock, a BFR they called in the military. They call big fucking rock in basic training. They're going to throw it at you if you fall asleep. You go, oh, I better stay awake. I don't want to get hit with that BFR. But I'm trying to get a bigger FR, a bigger FR, bigger fucking rock. I just want to move it. It's a challenge. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I see a splash in front of me. It's there. I look up, and there's a wild animal. Ha! I thought it was going to be one of the 6 of us. We got one that's 6'4". We got another one that's 6'2". We got one that's 79 and is still fighting animals to the death. Like Brad Pitt in Legends of the Fall. Tristan, you remember him. It was a good death. We got the kid, and we've got Mama Bear. She's there. She's not going to let anything happen to anybody around her, whether it be her father, her spouse, her children, or the kid. Nothing will happen around her. We're just peaceful and relaxing. I'm in the creek with my head underwater, and I come up. There's a splash, and it's like, one of these people. And I look, and it's this abomination of a fucking dog. The face, it looked like a nice dog. Dogs don't normally like me. That's why I call it an abomination. Most big dogs attack me. And I go, and they go, oop, 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 and they run away because they know I know how to take them. Dog comes at me, I'm going to run at it. I've done it more than once. I've never gotten to the point where I got to use my move because they always turn around. I go, come on! And they go, oh, oh, oh. 2 of them at a time coming at me. They'll run away back into the fucking dark. I go, But I have this move that I want to do. I just can't wait. I did have a Samoyed Husky and a headlock once, and she fucking calm down. And it attacked me, and I got it. I got it on the ground. I mean, it's a dog. Everybody's so proud of their dogs. I got it. I got a dog. Don't fuck with me. I got a dog. I can take your dog. One at a time. I'll take every one of them. The one move I'm waiting to move on is to be running at the dog as it's coming at me. And I'm going to hold it, my hands out like this, like I'm going to get it. And it's going to jump at my hands, and I'm going to kick it right under the fucking chin, maybe right in the nuts, maybe in the chest. It depends on how it goes at the time. But just boom, kick that fucker back and bust all its teeth out. Fuck you, dog. I'm not talking about offending humanity. I'm talking about a wild animal that's been trained by humanity to attack me. It's got no better feeling for me than I should ever have for it. Fuck you, dog. Leave you alone for 2 days, shit and everything you come around. Get a cat. Get something independent. Why you gotta be such a fucking sheep that you have to have a dog? Just one more case of someone that has to follow the pack. Oh, he loves me. Yeah. He's gonna eat your ass every time he smells your ass. He's telling you he's gonna eat it. I've seen how they do to the camels, poking their head out in Iraq. Well, that's why they smell our asses, because they're telling us when we die, they're going to eat our asses. They're going to go in the easiest way and eat our innards and come out and just eat naturally in their own free time until the fucking neighbors call on the stink. Might as well shoot it right there in the room. Otherwise, it's got a taste for human flesh. You know what it's capable of. That's the idea. So there's this fucking dog in my face, pit bull, right in my fucking face. And I looked, I said, what the fuck? And it liked me. And I said, there's something wrong with this dog. It's not with a normal person, because dogs like that don't like me. They know what I think. Same as you. You don't like me because I tell you what I think. I tell these dogs what I think with my pheromones, and they don't sense fear. They sense dominance, because all I want to do is crush one of these fuckers if it decides to attack me. It's self-defense. Minimum force necessary to stop the onslaught. I don't hate dogs. I've just got no need for them. We live in a civilized society. We don't need something waiting in the background for us to die, or to even push it. And this thing liked me. It's coming up to me, and I said, well, I'll pet the fucker. And it pet me, and it pet me. I pet it. It was friends with me. I'm like, where the fuck did this dog come from? And the kids in the water, and the other 4 are on the bank, sitting in chairs, just relaxing, having a peaceful day. It was hot. It was in the high 80s, 90s. I think it was 93 or 94 up in the Gaylord region yesterday, in the land of my people. It's taken me a while to get to it, but this is a story that we will remember forever in our little clan of people that just do not want to be part of a clan. It's a group, it's a gathering, it's an inner circle of friends and family. And I look, and there's this crazy looking woman standing about probably ooh, 20 to 30 yards away, standing there looking down the other end of the river. And I'm like, what the fuck? And this dog is getting in the way of everything. It's like, get the fuck out of here. It's not on a leash. She's got a leash in her hand. And somebody saw her get out of the car with the leash, and it came down here. And she's looking the other way. She has no idea where she's at. And all of a sudden, she comes down. And she's like, oh, I got out of the water, out of the creek. And she says, oh, that's Costner. That's my husband. She says, my daughter told me, you know, I married Kevin Costner when I was in high school. This woman's in her 40s, maybe 50. It's hard to tell when people lose control of who they are. How old are you? Have you lost control? I know how old I am, and I know exactly how many years it took me to get to where I'm at. Have I lost control? And she's saying that's her husband. She married Kevin Costner in high school. I'm like, there's something wrong with this person. And I'm standing over there, and she says, my daughter says I'm crazy. And I looked at her and I said, you ever think you may be? And she went, ah, ah. And she went, maybe. And I'm like, yeah. And I realized I'd already spoken too much to her, because you do not want to invite a fucking bad person into your circle. I know, but that's part of the elderquist in me. I like to screw with people a little bit. And I got to her, and she went, ah. And I looked around, and the patriarch of our community, he's 79. And I looked, and he's just sitting there, just looking forward. He's just sitting there. We were having a peaceful time there by the creek. And then there's the 6'4" step. He's sitting there. He's just looking down. And then there's the kid. He falls in line. He's 13. He understands how to become part of us, even if it's confusing. He's sitting there quiet. And then there's Victoria. She's sitting there, and she's just sitting there, just stoic and straight. And then there's the 6'2" step. He's sitting there, and he's just looking forward. And I said, well, this is where I have to become quiet. We're going to just eliminate this situation right here by ignorance, by ignoring the situation, by ignoring her reaching out to us. We can just get rid of it. And so I grabbed the smoke. And I went up onto the dirt road, standing there. And I just stood quietly myself. We were all going to just be quiet. And she was going to walk away, because she would know she is not welcome. There was bad juju in the air. And she started just getting crazy. And she started being weird. And one of us said, it wasn't me, we're just trying to have a peaceful day with our family. And she's like, ah. And then she started going off. And then the one kid said, lady, could you please just go away? Lady, use that word. That's a powerful statement when you're talking to somebody and you start out with it. Lady isn't, in my opinion, an aggressive move that says, get the fuck out of here. And she went, ah. And she went down and she stood by a log that was going over the creek about 20, 30 yards down, and she sat there for 5 minutes. And then she started, she told them when I was up on I was close enough, but I was just eliminating myself from the situation. So I didn't hear it. But she had told them, yeah. She says, after she'd said she was crazy, she said, I ran away from home and I'm sure my son's looking for me. She was parked right over there down the road a little bit. She's got a bad muffler. We recognized her. She was parked. She let the dog out, did all that stuff. And yeah, it's just, they're probably looking for me. So we all knew she was crazy. And this whole thing, lady, we're just trying to, and she went down by that log and was sitting on the damn log facing down the end of the river. And I said she was, at one point, she's going, we just came down here. It's so hot in the house. Had to get out of there. And I said, well, can you go down that way? I said, because when your dog showed up, you didn't even know where it was. You looked like you were going that way. I said, you can go down that way. She didn't know about the place where we were. She just got lured into humanity. She wanted to sap our energy like a maple and syrup for the sugar bush. She wanted to just get in with us and ruin our day. She had that fucking weird changing that you get all the time with some of these people that you can see there's something not right. She went down and stood against the logs like she was meditating and thinking about what she's going to do next. You thought maybe she will go down the other way of the river because there's plenty of water. There's plenty of peace and calm, plenty of cool water. And pretty soon she starts picking up big rocks and throwing them down the river at us. Not at us, in front of us, near us, right in front of us, splashing, and the dog's jumping and chasing it and get out, and he'd shake all over. I'm like, you motherfucker, that damn dog's shaking water all over the people that don't want to be in it. It's like pushing somebody into a pool. It's rude. It's not as funny as you think it is. It just shows everybody what an asshole you are. And the step, he's, lady, can you stop throwing rocks at us? She's like, we're just coming down here to, he's, yeah, but there's a whole river down there you can go to. Stop throwing rocks. I don't trust your arm. And she just got aggressive and she charged at us like she was just she was going for him. She was coming right through, but it's a side winding hill and a tree and the chairs we had set up. And our patriarch, he stood up and he said, lady, we're not going to, he didn't say lady, we're not going to do this now. You need to get out of here. And she's like, and she started cussing. And she's like, God damn it, motherfuckers. And the step is like, we have a 13-year-old kid here. please watch your language. It's the stuff you learn from talking on the phone with telemarketers. You motherfucker, quit. Please, I appreciate it if you don't use that kind of language. And I appreciate your patience. I have no patience for you. You just make me more impatient when you accuse me of fucking caring about you. And she's like, ah, ah. And she turned around and she went and said, come on, Kushner, which she had named the dog, which had a big mange fucking thing on its back. I don't know what was going on there. It might have been a blowtorch that took its fur off. This woman is fucking crazy. She escaped someplace, maybe even an adult foster care. She stole someone's keys and escaped. And she just went back to her car. And there's Victoria, she says to our patriarch, watch for her. If she comes back from the car, she's carrying something. And I was like, yeah. So I went down and I grabbed the E-tool, the entrenching tool. It's a little military shovel that folds up, but we're using that for things. And I grabbed that and I had it in my head, just bink, right in her forehead as she came in. I was even going to run at her if she started coming back. She could have very well. Oh, she asked the one, she says, do you live here? And he says, yes. He says, do you? And she says, I've been here for 2 years. Well, she's not been there as long as we have. Her fucking little I own this place thing didn't work. That pissed her off too. But I was expecting her to come back, and she got in her car and boom, with her bad muffler, so we could tell when she was coming. She left and she didn't come back. And we have a story about the tub at Crazy Woman Creek that will be remembered forever, because there were 6 of us and we all acted properly. We were all protecting each other. And it makes you think when people say, oh, up here in God's country, when we go back there, we run into crazy people. There are crazy people everywhere. Even the people in God's country do not want to allow. She didn't come back. That's a story that will be told within the family for years. I've already heard it 4 times from other people that come around. You cannot trust people just because they live around you. You need to get to know the people that you can and stay away from the people you can't. This is a catch-22 position. When she said, my daughter says I'm crazy, and I said, you think maybe you are? And she said, that's one way of looking at it. It's catch-22. If you think you're crazy, you're not. If you don't think you're crazy, you are. But with this woman, she was aware of the insanity that she was carrying with her. She just didn't want to admit it openly. Remember, even in God's country, there are angels who have only half their wings. They try to fly, but they fall flat, and they're left nothing but to walk away. It was a good weekend.